Joined by Matt Nunn, our club captain, who's playing his 100th game this weekend. How do you feel leading into the milestone game?
Yeah, really good, Joshy. I think it's sort of starting to hit me now that we're coming up to it, which is pretty exciting. Obviously, I knew all year that if I could have a clean run at it with injuries, I would be playing my 100th. So yeah, it's pretty exciting, knowing from where I've come from and whatnot, and juniors here. So 100 games seems like I've been around forever. So it's good to good to get the milestone.
Definitely. What does it mean to play 100 games for the Norwood Football Club in the SANFL?
Yeah, it's a lot. It means a lot. Obviously, I know I'm going to get my name on the locker underneath Gary McIntosh, which is pretty special. Also with an asterisk next to it for a premiership's also pretty special. So it was a goal of mine when I first started here to one, captain the club, but also be a 100-game player. So to tick both those off by this milestone, I'm really proud of myself.
Yeah, definitely. You mentioned the name on the locker. Is that something that you've aspired to do for your entire career here at Norwood?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's about not just personal accolade, but you want to leave something behind that people remember you for, and obviously the club has multiple players come through it. So yeah, just leaving a bit of a legacy behind, and having your name on the locker is just a tiny thing, but for me it means a lot because I look at the names on the lockers that are there, and a lot of them are good mates that I used to play with. So to get it on there is a really special thing for me.
Definitely. You mentioned a few of those names. Gary McIntosh is one, but who are a few Norwood players that you looked up to, as a junior and also coming into the senior squad?
Yeah, when I was younger, coming through, I had a lot of good mentors in the 2012, 13, 14 era when they were really successful. The likes of Alex Giorgio, Jace Bode, two ex-captains of the club. They were obviously good leaders to follow, and then obviously a lot of closer friends that I've developed relationships with, who probably don't have names on the lockers, but Brad McKenzie, Mitch Grigg, Michael Tarley, all these guys that helped me grow into this position that I'm in, and obviously make my time here as enjoyable as possible. So I couldn't name how many people have impacted me here. I'd be here forever. So it's been an amazing journey so far.
Yeah, it must be special being a captain and having that sort of relationship with young guys coming through yourself. Yeah, absolutely. It's something I pride myself on, because obviously coming through the ranks, that's how I got along with the older guys, and really sort of learnt from them is develop that deep connection and obviously have a good relationship with them. And I think that's really important because every list is going to have big turnover, differences in ages and whatnot. So having that connection with multiple different age groups is really important, on and off the field especially. Yeah. 100 games into your career, premiership player, club captain. How do you reflect on your career so far? You must be very proud.
Yeah, I am. And those, two accolades there, captaincy and 100 games, but also the main one's the premiership. That's obviously all we play for. It was an amazing moment last year to get that. And like I said, I had two targets when I was playing juniors here, and that was to represent the club 100 times, get my name on the locker, and be a premiership player. So I guess to have the captaincy next to that is just a massive bonus, and you can see it puts a smile on my face because you don't go into a career probably thinking about that. It's just something that happens, and to have that happen to me is really proud of my efforts and what I've given to this club.
Yeah, obviously they're your main highlights, but there must be some great things that happen every day around the football club throughout your time here. What are some other highlights that have come from your time at the Norwood Football Club? Yeah,
it's probably more the mateship and developing those really long-lasting relationships. I named a few earlier. Still catch up with all them for a beer all the time, and that's the sort of thing that about footy clubs is amazing. That on the field you get to play footy and celebrate wins and premierships, but the thing that lasts forever is those relationships that you're able to build, and obviously the club is a really good platform for people to form these strong connections. And I'm just fortunate enough that I was able to come through the ranks with a really strong connected group, and very similar to what we've got now, obviously reflecting from the success we've had.
Yeah. You've had your injury setbacks as well, time on the sidelines. Does it make it even more special to get to a milestone like this?
Yeah, I thought you'd been that one up because I'd probably been at 100 maybe a couple of years ago. So I used to think about that all the time because, careers are limited, and I always used to worry that maybe I'll do another injury, and what's that going to do for not only my body but my mental state, trying to battle through these injuries and trying to get to a reasonable career and just make it through. And to have probably the last 3 years of pretty hefty injuries in my career wasn't very enjoyable, but now that this year I've sort of managed my body a bit more, as I get a bit older, you've got to be smarter with what your body does. So to get to 100 is just so nice, because I thought I wasn't going to get there at one stage.
Definitely. Boydie's another one that plays a milestone game this week, 50 games for him. It must have been so good to play a lot of footy with the big fella.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, 50 games for Harry seems like it's gone like that, you know. He came to the club and I guess probably didn't really realise what it meant to play SANFL and how to play as an SANFL footballer, and took him a couple games and maybe half a year to get going, and now he's, you know, best ruckman in the competition. So I think JK was another one that was meant to share the milestone with us as well if he didn't get injured. So a bit spewing about that would have been nice with all three, but yeah, it's a privilege to run out with Harry every week, and I'm looking forward to hopefully getting a big win on both our milestones.
Definitely. You mentioned JK there. How's that been? Sharing the captaincy with him, obviously a good mate of yours. Yeah,
it's been fantastic. I think for me the decision was really easy once we came up with an option to do so, and then Jacob's just stepped into the role seamlessly. We all know what he's like as leadership, but you know, as a mate, for me, he's just been fantastic. I've been lucky enough, obviously, to have him even around when he's been injured, because I know he's not present on the field with his injury right now, but just around the club, you know, he's really helpful with everything he does. You know, he's been coaching on the sidelines each week, so his presence is felt. And yeah, for me, it's just been massive.
Yeah. Don't really want to go there, mate, but hasn't been the most ideal start to the season. How have you seen it from a captain's point of view?
Yeah, it's been a fair bit of media with this question this week. The reality is where we're at is where we're at, so you can't hide from it. Look, it's not great. I said it early in the week to the SANFL as well. You know, we're not trying to lose; we're trying to win. Obviously, just some things aren't clicking on the field at the moment, and yeah, we're still working really hard. Club's doing great things on the training track, you know, off the field. So we're not. It's not do or die at the moment. It's obviously we're trying to win every game of football we play, and I think we just need to keep being positive. And obviously, there's things we need to do to fix what's going on, but. There's only one way to look at this sort of situation, is trying to be positive and get a win next game.
I think you've had 9, maybe 10 debutants while the wins aren't coming. It must be a positive to have so many new faces through the SANFL team.
Yeah, obviously that's probably a bit of. I mean, I won't, you don't blame anything on losses, but we have had a fair few injuries, a lot of new guys, and you know, retention and players knowing the system is a massive thing in the SANFL, and obviously got a lot of new faces who have played for Norwood for the first time. So. I guess that has an effect on it, but yeah, it's great for the club though. Obviously, you know, you need new blood coming through all the time, because yes, SANFL obviously has a pretty quick turnover these days, so you need to keep blooding new players, getting them amongst the program, and exposing them to SANFL football.
Definitely, it's painted all over the walls, but you know, the Fortis in Priscilla, what does that sort of mean to you and the club, particularly in this point in time when we haven't won a game at this point in the season?
Yeah, strength and adversity obviously is a big thing for us, and it's painted all over our walls everywhere, like you said. And I think it's one of those things where, yeah, you can say it, but you've got to believe in it a bit. And obviously last year was a massive example of how we all did that, and we all believed in it, and we still do. It's just sometimes the game doesn't go your way, or the result might not go your way, or the bounce of the ball might not go your way. And it's in those moments when you just need to stay strong and keep really positive, because there's always going to be adversity in your life, whether it's on the field or off the field. So our CEO painted the picture really well the other week, or during the week. You know, these things happen. We're not the first club, we're not the last club it's going to happen to. So yeah, it's just about sticking fat, and it's going to work out at the other end. Yeah,
definitely. Know a little bit about it, but talk us through your footy story and how you ended up to this 100-game milestone from a little fella.
Yeah, so obviously junior at the club. There's some juniors running around right now, so it brings back memories being here on a Thursday night at 4:30. But junior obviously at the club, and then worked my way up all the way through. I was debuted when I was really young at 16, and then that was a Friday night here against Sturt in 2014. So I was lucky enough to be in the premiership, I guess, team that year, not playing, but part of the squad. And then debuted that year. Sort of struggled a bit to get into the team after that, mainly injuries and being a bit young, and the team was quite strong. And then slowly just worked my way in. 2018 was probably a really good breakout year for me, where I played every game and sort of really cemented myself as a good player. So and now obviously a captain for 3 years, and really proud of where I've come, and 100 games has gone like that. So it's been really enjoyable.
Definitely, 100 games is a long time, and lots of ups and downs. What makes you keep driving to come back?
Yeah, it's the SANFL is a tricky industry because it's obviously everyone will know you work on the side and you commit so much time to the program. So for me, it's just about the camaraderie of the boys a lot of the time. I've come out of this club with so many good relationships where you can't get those if you're not at a football club. You've got to do things that put yourself with other people and develop those relationships. And same for leadership. Like, you don't learn how to be a leader if you're not put in a situation that requires that. And those are sort of things that I'm so grateful for that I was able to get from this situation of being at the club for 100 games. Just everything around the club. Norwood's such a good place, and coming back is pretty easy when you've got the facilities like this, and you've got a really good supporting staff and obviously a great coach in Twig. So
Fantastic. Well, all the best this weekend, mate, down in Noarlunga. 100 games is a huge achievement, and thanks for having a chat.
Cool. Thanks, Joshy. Cheers, mate.